station, or subway station, there is a beautiful market. And flamenco actually is created in the ancient Greek.